What's up, everybody, and welcome back to I can't go on the grass without this guy. Anyway, yeah, hi, how are you? Oh, that's good. Stay. Good kitty. Okay, where was I? Would you stop with the camera? God, what's wrong with you? Hey, stop it. Yep. Let's do this again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. We are doing a big lawn project today. It's going to be fun, and I'm going to do this in quite a bit of a different style to try to make it as easy as possible to follow along. There is going to be a ton in this video. So let's go ahead and roll that intro, and I'll fill you in on everything that's going to be happening. Sound good? Let's go.
What's up, everybody?
Okay, so first, a few things to note. This is a project lawn that was brought to my attention from my girlfriend. It's some friends of hers. It's a rental property that they own, and it looks like it's been in the 10 stages of neglect for a long time. So, I have already gone down and checked it out. No applications have been done. Nothing has been going on down there at all. So we are truly starting from scratch on a Weedzilla lawn. Here's the plan. Since my girlfriend was so, gracious in offering my services to do this, she's gonna be doing all the work. I'm basically gonna be coaching on this one, and it's gonna be really fun. Now, there's a few things that she doesn't know, and I'm gonna run through them real quick. A, I am buying her a new lawnmower, and I'm gonna show you that lawnmower in a second, and then I'm gonna tell you why I did it. I am also getting her a battery-powered backpack sprayer, doing that. I am also getting the weed control I know that's going to be needed, and I am also going to be supplying the fertilizer for it, and I'm going to go through each and every reason that I chose each and every one of these items. Now, this place, the grass is super freaking tall, and when we first went over to take a look at it, Katie was worried that her mower wasn't going to get through it. Now, I have seen her mower, and I don't know, it even has a hard time starting. Here's the first thing. I decided that I was going to buy her an electric lawnmower, battery powered, the Toro, as a matter of fact. So, reason being, easy to use, super light. I love the features, 22-inch blade cut. It's got all of the cool stuff, and we'll be testing it out on this property and giving it a proper run. So, I'll be putting that thing together here in a second. I got her a Ryobi 4-gallon backpack, cordless as well, obviously, electric, so she's got a battery-powered Ryobi backpack. She's got a battery-powered Toro mower now. The other thing I ended up getting was just the basic Roundup for lawns. Now, those three things were bought off the rack at Home Depot 2 miles from my house. The reason I did that is because I want to show what we can do with what we can get right here. Get some of these new tools out on the lawn and give them a good real test run in kind of a really crappy place, and then hand them over to somebody to let them continue down the road. We've got the Toro battery powered, the 60 volt. We've got the Ryobi 18 volt. We've got the Roundup for lawns, and when we get on the lawn, I'm going to show you all the weeds that we're going to do and why I chose that. And we're going to be using for fertilizer Greenepop and 402. That's pretty much it for what is going to be happening. Now, for me, before we get to this project, I have to fix one sprinkler main at my house and replace a valve on my spigot out here that is leaking and old with a larger one. And then I will go put together that mower. So I'm going to just fix this stuff real quick, and then we'll move along. Hello, buddy. How are you? Yeah. Did you just lick your butt? How long until that snaps off? Comment below. Don't comment below, that's stupid.
Not much.
You ready to do some stuff?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we'll get all that shit out of there.
Okay. This is gonna be a long day.
Yes.
God, who put this hose in here in the first place? It's like all wrapped around.
I'd like to thank the folks at Rikers Island for giving us Pila hose.
Who packed this truck? Well, I need some assistance on this.
Yeah, what do you think you need?
I don't know how to start it.
Did you check to see if there's gas in it first?
It doesn't need gas.
Did you check and see if there's battery in it first?
Oh, I need that.
Yeah? Alright, let's remember the starting sequence. Push that first and hold it. Pull this bar. Now slightly push down.
Don't go too fast. Oh, this thing is so nice.
Okay, so she's off to the races, running the 60 volt. It's making short work of this. Look at that, that's fun. But what I'm doing right now is I want to expose as much as I possibly can because it's hard to see every single weed that's inside here. Listen to that thing.
Holy, it's crazy. It's like nothing.
Here's what's going on inside this lawn. There is actually a significant amount of grass, even though you can't really tell so much. But I'm going to start on this corner right here and point out a couple of different weeds, and then we'll talk about what weed control is going to go down after this.
Right here, we have yarrow, a lot of yarrow. There's dandelion in here. I can see some. There's actually
Sedge growing around in the front. We're going to have some nutsedge to deal with. I'm going to assume that somewhere in here are some unwanted, like crabgrass and things like that. The seed heads are all just from the bluegrass, so there's nothing really to worry about there. On this side, you can see where there was some cheatgrass all through here that's kind of filled in this area, and even a little goosegrass. Ugh, crap. But this is a bed on this side, so not really too worried about this thing. We're not going to run the mower through it. Obviously, this is in really bad shape, and a lot of those weeds are going to make it across. Look at her go. Crushing it. The few things we're going to find out today are, number one, the durability and how long the Toro mower battery is going to last, how long the Ryobi battery is going to last, and how long a relationship can last if somebody's giving tutorials. So we're gonna bust out 2 cuts on this thing. That's why Katie's testing her new mower right now and having a ball doing it. So I have this thing set up on the highest setting, which is, it looks like it's like close to 4 inches. And then I'm gonna cut it down again to about 2 once we've gotten all this long stuff out of the way. And then we'll run through the whole thing again. I already walked off and measured the lawn, but I'm gonna have her do it with me as well so that we can get all of the stuff dialed in for the weed control. And given that this is a salad bar, we're going with a multi chemical combo product to knock it all out. Social distancing high five. What do you think of the mower?
I love it.
Yeah, what's your favorite part?
I think that you don't really have to, it mows itself. I mean, the mower
Oh,
mows
does it
itself.
mow itself?
I mean, the mower mows itself. Like, I like when it was like really tall and I just kind of pushed through.
Yeah.
I really liked it when you did most of the work.
What? Shh. See what a good mow will do? Hashtag weed striping. What does that lever do?
I don't know, tell me.
It's the recycler to bagger. I think that's one of the coolest things on here, is it just blocks the chute, and now it's recycling. And you can just go back and forth between bag, and then it's got the side discharge if you like old school cuts. But otherwise, you only have to do that to fill the tank, which is cool.
No oil or anything.
So Katie's about to do her least favorite part, which is edging. Now I told her this wasn't super important because this is Weedzilla and we're gonna be spraying it out in a second. And we're gonna do that in a couple of different ways because I'm going to give it a blanket feed first with the hose end sprayer. And we're gonna use Greenepop for that. And then when we mix the weed control and go back over it, that's gonna go in the backpack with 402. But she really wants to learn how to do edging. And now this is a 100% battery, 100% battery operated kind of Reno that we're doing here. And just with that good new clean cut, it made such a huge difference and exposed how much grass is actually here. I thought there was considerably less. So overall, this is actually gonna be a pretty simple thing. Now, we'll have Yen judge this. But right now that looks like it's about as straight as a Sidewinder. Not bad, eh? So I just walked around this place trying to find a hose spigot, and I did find it. Because apparently I was standing right next to it in the first place, but there seems to be some sort of an issue here. Let's take a look at this. Ready? Okay, that looks like it's on. Something tells me that pilot hose and the hose and sprayer are not gonna work. So we're gonna do everything out of the backpack sprayer, and then I'm gonna kick on the sprinkler system and water it in. So we'll go ahead and put the Greenepop out and the 402. I wanna get that out in one batch, and then we'll water it for a minute with the sprinklers. Not very much, I just want to get some down on it, and then we'll come back over it with the weed control. I think that's going to be the best thing. How you doing over there?
Getting frustrated.
Why?
It's just so many weeds.
What's wrong with weeds?
They're just like, look at this thing, it's jamming up.
That's a Ryobi.
Yes.
I think it's probably good. We're going to spray them.
Can we?
Yeah.
Can we burn it?
No.
What do we do now?
So before we can put down our chemical or fertilizer, we need to know how big this is.
Okay.
So how are we going to do that?
It looks big. We have to measure it with our feet.
With our feet. Measure with our feet. How are we going to do it?
From one foot
Oh,
to the
please,
other.
for the love of God, don't do that. How about some long strides from
Okay.
here all
What's
the
a
way
long
to the
stride,
other
though?
sidewalk? Can you imagine what 3
Like
feet looks
skipping?
like? Let's find out what 3 feet looks like. What does 3 feet look like? Yes. Victory for all mankind. No, that's not. But not that wide. Just keep going. Wider.
Oh.
There you go.
That is not 3 feet, that's 3 feet.
No, that's 2. You can go right down the sidewalk if you want. You don't have to march in the lawn. You have to count your steps.
This?
Yeah, there you go.
Down them.
Not out loud though. 3. I forgot what number I was on. I think, yeah, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19.
All right, so let's go for simple math. Let's just say that's 20 yards. What's 20 times 3?
Can you, hold on.
What's 2 times 3?
Stop. I don't work well under pressure.
All right.
12, 120. I don't know.
So that's 60.
Yeah.
So
That's why it's vitally important to measure everything.
I don't know. I can't just put it, in a jug.
Oh, teachable moment.
Yeah.
We can't just put it in a jug because
Why?
if we put too much chemical down, we could kill the grass.
So we need to make sure that we put the right amount down so we don't damage everything else.
Are there directions on the backs?
Yes, but you need to know how much space you have first.
Okay.
So let's do this way. That was perfect. All right, so we're 60 feet one direction, and somewhere around like 50 feet this direction. Oh, here we go.
Okay, 12.
12. There you go. And then what is that?
Okay, so 12 by 6.
What? 3. What's 12 times 3?
Yeah.
What's 12 times 3?
36.
Remember I said it was 40 feet.
34.
40 feet. We're going 40 feet by 60 feet. We got 2,400 square feet of turf here.
So we're going to call it 40 feet by 60 feet.
Okay.
Ooh,
Love
safety. We just measured the lawn. How
Yep.
big was it?
2,400.
2,400 square feet. And we have a few things that we're about to put out, and the backpack is slowly filling up out of that drip thing over there. So we've got like
Awesome.
another 45 minutes before it. So we're gonna make this.
Look at me like
Just
that.
did. This is your idea. So here's how this is gonna go. So we're gonna go ahead and put both the Greenepop and the 402 in the backpack, and we're gonna go off label on both of these. Not off label, off of the label. 15 ounces per 1,000 on the Greenepop, and we're gonna do 6 ounces per 1,000 on the 402.
Okay, question. What does this do?
You in the back.
What does this do, and why is it 1621.2, and what does this do, and why is it 402?
What a great question.
Why? Why the combination?
Why? All right, so I decided to run with the starter Fert on this because I don't think anything's gone on this.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that 0 fertilizer's gone out based on the condition of the lawn, and judging by some of the weeds that are in there, there's clearly a phosphorus deficiency and probably a potash deficiency too, judging by all the yarrow, which we don't have a boost of that right now. That's something we'd have to come back with later and hit with some potassium. But I want to go ahead and hit it with something that's going to start to fill and grow fast, and I'm shortcutting a step because the Greenepop has both aerate and RGS in it, which are 2 products that we make, but it's all combined into this. So I have a one-stop shop on this bottle. So then we go to the Floragreene, which I usually use for trees and shrubs and vegetable gardens, which is what we did the garden with. But because this one has minor elements in it, plus a little more in, also, I've got a little balance going here. I can get good soil conditioning out of it, plus minor elements with iron and all kinds of good stuff at a light rate to complement this. So this is sort of like just dropping a major bomb on top of it.
Yeah, weed killer.
That's not weed killer.
Oh. What is it then?
That's fertilizer.
Oh. No. How we kill the weeds?
That's what this is for.
Oh, well, I didn't see that on it.
So yeah, so then we have this as well, and now again, this is just a homeowner version of a multi active ingredient product. So basically we have this. It's 2,4-D, which is going to clean up most of the broadleaf, quinclorac, which will chase crabgrass, sulfentrazone, which is going to go after any sedges, dicambo, which is just another broadleaf. So we're going to cover off, the main that they actually have on the label that most people are concerned with: crabgrass, dandelion, clover, and yellow nutsedge. Now, this is the cool season, so you see the 2 up there. I think the warm season has a 5 on it for some reason, but there's a cool season and a warm season version of this, and they're stating somewhere to like 253 types of weeds. In this lawn right now, there's at least
5. Right?
Yeah, probably a lot more than that. But there's 5 big ones. There's 5 big ones. And so we should be able to cover off even some of the things that we can't quite see. So that's why we're going with this. Plus it's available everywhere. Plus it's easy to use, and the rate on it is 6.2 ounces, I believe. I'll clarify that here in a second, but 6.2 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So you get roughly, 5,000 square feet out of a bottle, which is
How many times do you have to use this? Like just one time or every 3 months?
So we'll do it once, and then we'll wait, and then see what kind of comes back. But a lot of the weeds that we have here are more cool season weeds, so once it starts to get hot, they're gonna die back anyway. She's running off right now. That means that the backpack's full, so we're gonna do mixing here. Yay! Okay, let's do some stuff. So, 2.4
Okay.
times, the first one that we're putting in is Greenepop, so that's 15. So 2.4 times 15.
Got it.
What do we got?
36.
36.
What's that, 32?
This is 32, and actually if you fill it to the top, guess what it is?
36.
36.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that awesome? Here we go. How's that backpack feel?
Light.
Is it?
No.
Let's put more weight on it.
This is a good workout.
Yeah, it is.
Like for your glutes.
For your glutes. But you can stand up. You just hold your hand down. You don't have to bend over. Isn't this fun? It's fun, right?
That's like the Pick on Katie show.
No, it's not. It's like a normal day.
That's true.
I don't know if you notice, there's a much quicker pace going forward than backward, which isn't so bad because he's not moving to the side a whole lot either. So we'll see how our rate comes out when it's all done.
You kind of have to be really focused for this.
Yeah, it's true. There's math involved. There's exercise.
There's walking.
Botany. There's soil science.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Nutrition. It's not just squirting and ferting like the old days.
I was just thinking we're just gonna mow.
What? Why would we do that? This is known as a field sobriety test.
I know. I definitely would have passed.
Okay, I'd like to just point something out here real quick. Don't spray your houses. Don't spray your sidewalks. Don't spray your driveways. One of the reasons I never walk backwards is because of that right down there. We're gonna have to hose that off. That's exciting. But, again, when you're first learning how to spray and you're first putting stuff out, these are things that you learn over time. So, pay attention. Walk forward if you can, just so you can see where you're going and not tripping over anything. Put the wind at your back, even if you have to go to the end of the property and come back at it again. All those things are really important. So, back at it. She's gonna be a pro at this in no time. Super pro.
Why am I sweating and you're not?
See, another thing about working outside is you learn how to regulate your body and you know how to really move at a good pace so that you're not overworking yourself. That comes from years of manual labor.
Not one drop.
I don't have a square to spare. Okay, so while the backpack is slowly filling again, before we go out and hit this with the weed control, I am going to run the sprinklers real quick, just like cycle them through, just to give that Fert a little chance to push down. It's gonna dry off really super quick. I'm not gonna give this thing a heavy soaking, and then we're gonna be putting down our the weed control right over the top of it. So I'm just gonna kick the sprinklers on manually, right there, and see what one does what. Ooh, that sounds like pressure. So as I've said in many videos, I would prefer to water in Fert whenever you do it. This isn't really going to be a problem with putting down the herbicide after this. This is just to give me a little bit of a push, and then we'll just kind of let it sit for a second, and the grass will just have a little bit of tackiness. So it's just to give me a little extra water since we couldn't use the hose-in sprayer here. And that's not a big deal. The backpack worked really well, actually. So I think our app is gonna do wonders here. So this thing has applications for pretty much everything. On here, you can see the dial and spray actually has it Turn dial to 2.5. We're not doing that thing. Tank sprayer, we've got it. Garden hose sprayer, let's see. How much to use? Right down here. So this is inside of page 4. Right here, 6.4 ounces. Maximum application rate per 1,000 square feet per application. That is actually what we are going to run. Limited to 2 per year with a minimum of 21 days. So back to that conversation we were having earlier. That's going to be our max rate. We are going to put that out because there's a lot to control here. Roughly 15 ounces for the whole place. This is your proton pack. Come on, you can do it.
I got it.
You're dragging your hose around. Such a little monkey. I bought her those gloves.
Should I need your protective glasses?
Protective glasses. It's never a bad idea, really. PPE is important. You're fine. Okay, so I just wanted to check something real quick. So we brought it back to test out the wash feature, which works really well. This thing with the hose hooked up to it. What you're supposed to do is put it on the lowest setting, and put the hose on, turn it on, fire up the blade, and it blows everything out. It worked really well when I first did it, and then after I did it, I decided to cut the grass here, and what I discovered was that this thing lasts for about 6,000 square feet of aggressive mowing, because I was only able to do this patch right here before it went kaput. So maybe you recognize this lawn, maybe you don't. This was my project lawn last fall, and you can see how it's come in pretty dang fabulous. There's still a couple of holes in it, but we got the irrigation fixed, so that's making a big difference. And this thing is shining. The weeds are pretty much gone. There's still a little bit of work to do. Some stuff came in a little bit later, but it's in pretty decent shape now at this point, which I'm pretty happy about. So I put the mower on the lowest setting and just mowed right through here. And I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 passes, and it went kaput. So I guess I'm gonna have to look at the manual, but I'm gonna say 5,000 to 6,000 square feet. But if you're not on the drive all the time, it'll go a lot further. The drive I know takes up a lot of energy, because actually when the battery went kaput, I was able to do a couple more passes without the drive on, and it worked pretty well, but it's stone cold dead now. So anyway, super cool. Digging the Toro mower. This is its new home. It's gonna be here mowing this grass for the next while. So that's pretty badass. And we'll go back. We'll take a look at that property later, probably in about 5 to 7 days, and see how things are progressing. And then we'll look at doing some more apps later on, probably coming into the end of June, or maybe even early July. We'll start looking at doing something else out there. But that's all we got today. Thank you so much for being a part of this. If you got questions, throw them down below. You know, Katie had a ball doing it. She was great, and actually had some really fantastic questions. So I hope you had fun with it. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.